Hello again everyone, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron for Honduras. And when we last left off, World War II was in full swing. We're in February 1941. Taking a look at the current wars, there is World War II. We can see that Benelux is almost done, Dutch East Indies is almost done, Switzerland has bowed out, but you got the rest of the allies there sitting pretty. Siam has bowed out as far as the Greater East Asian faction, and the Axis is nearly at full strength with only a little bit of Italy capitulated. We've got some naval invasions in the Solomon Sea and Norway. Doesn't really pertain to us in the grand scheme of things. Looking at Japan, they've got a pretty wide front moving through China. Looking at Germany, looks like Italy is now pushing into Yugoslavia there. And Switzerland has called in Ireland. So now Ireland is a part of World War II. They have 8 divisions, on par with us, really, with our 7. No, we've got 10. Hey, we got more people ready to fight than Ireland does. Looking at why we fight. So that was stability plus 10%, war support plus 10%. And we can move on to technology sharing, which will get us an extra research slot, which will be pretty good. Speaking of research, we are researching dive bombing, upgraded artillery, and close air support number 2, and we'll be swapping over our factories that are making close air support soonish. So looking at close air support, we need 29 extra fighters to get up to the 50 that we need. And also we need 10 regular fighters to be replaced with the 50 that we've got. So we've got a little bit of an Air Force going. And yeah, 2.2 thousand people. Not enough to recruit or deploy any meaningful division. And a lot of, yeah, I don't care about naval invasions. I mean, technically, you know, they're on our side, but so far removed from us that's not really a big deal. If someone tries to plot a naval invasion on us from here, though, that would be not less than ideal. Looking at construction, we are building up some forts. Our next fort will be done in April, and then move on to a couple new forts as well. So as we near 1942, that will help us get some better tech. There is dive bombing done. 183 days to have extra ground support, and that is where I think we're going to be really strong with ground support. Essentially with our 100 planes. No one else around us even has an Air Force, so if we can get extra bonuses for the aircraft that we do have, that would be ideal. And then once we get into 1942, we can start looking at some improved weapons and support. Our field hospital and our engineers, for sure, can definitely be improved, and that's where our extra research slot can go. We don't want to really spend any, I mean, weekly war support, we can get that up. So if we do war propaganda against Japan, we can increase that war support. We're at 85%, so people are feeling generally okay. We haven't taken any losses, though. We're definitely the standby allies that are like, yay, we're part of the war, but not really. No one has actually gone to fight. I believe we can send volunteers, but I'm not all about that. We don't have the manpower, really, to send to volunteer anywhere. What does war bonds do? All right, consumer goods. All right, close air support 2 is done. The next aircraft are 1944, so we are not going to be looking at that anytime soon. A 1941 concentrated industry, more factory output for us. Just in case, yeah, our next level research isn't until next year. So let's make our industry a little bit more powerful. And then we are 2 days away from improved artillery. And I believe the next artillery round is a little bit out of our scope as well. So we'll go close air support 2, and we'll need to reinforce with 24 fighters. We don't have the aluminum to keep that up, but we'll slowly and surely build that up. There's our improved artillery, and advanced artillery is, yeah, almost an entire year ahead of time, so we won't worry about that. We don't have a navy. I don't think we could even build a navy. We don't have the resources to do such things as these. 255 days for breakthrough. That seems a little bit overreaching. Support companies in 42. Yeah, Yeah, it's kind of terrible. So motorized infantry hardness, anti-tank and artillery hardness. I mean, that might help in the grand scheme of things. One good thing is we will have an extra research slot shortly, within the next 50 days. And then we can focus on something else that will be a little bit quicker to research. Especially since we'll be getting a little bit closer to 1942 and won't be suffering as much in the ahead of time penalty. Has El Salvador joined? So El Salvador is not a member of the Axis, which is good. If they happen to join the Axis powers, we'll have to move. But right now, our general in Army Group 1 says that we have a risky plan, but you know, it's boosted due to the friendly air superiority. So the aircraft is making all the difference. Will our 7 divisions be able to push back, 35? Probably not. But we might be able to defend if they try to march on us. Yeah, we just need a whole lot more manpower. But unfortunately, if we do shift manpower to service by requirement, that lowers our factory speed, increases our training time. Same for all adults served. We could get a whole lot more manpower, but our factory output and speed is less than ideal. Once we get our upgrades done, we could consider boosting service by requirement. We would get an extra 5% of the population, which, yeah, we might get up to 4,000 men, which still isn't enough to support a full division. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a terrible thing. Looking at our total mobilization economy, though, we have more than 80% war support, and an enemy country does have more than our total number. So we can get conversion cost speed down. Consumer goods factories will be a little bit less. It'll lower the recruitable population, though. But if we're not looking to recruit anybody, see, that's the thing. We can't construct military factories, and we're not converting civilian factories to military. Looking at building, yeah, we're at 15 out of 15, so we couldn't build any military factories if we wanted to. And as far as our consumer goods factories, we've got just 2. So, I mean, yeah, converting one to a military factory is not going to make or break the war, not with any meaningful thing. I mean, we're not the communist states of America, who happens to have how many factories? 87? So, yeah, converting one is not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. How much do you have? You have 4 factories. So in the grand scheme of things, we are sitting a little bit better. They have 4 to 6 convoys. They have no aircraft. 5 civilian factories. So they do have more building slots than we do. Or less than we do, but they're focusing more on the civilian factory side. Yeah, it's just an overarching bad thing for us to try. Are the Allies still trying to punch through? Yeah, Allies are still flooding this area big, and I imagine they're going to be on low supply. This is the one entry point into Germany that the Allies are still trying to use, and Germany has shored up, and they're not losing any organization whatsoever. They are entrenched. I mean, this guy backed out, but there are way more to fill the gap. When one falters, there are 3 more there to replace them. It's an overall bad thing. They're pretty much encircled as it is. I mean, they're making an effort. We've got 25 divisions from the UK ready to head on over, but not really doing the work. Looking at Yugoslavia, they are pushing into Yugoslavia a bit, and they are allied with the Allies. So another Allied member getting ready to fall. And where is old Yugoslavia? There it is. 1/4 of the way done, capitulated. And this is where I think the war will have a little bit of a lull. Once these countries near Germany are easily picked off, then it'll just be a knockout, drag out, keep throwing manpower at the problem until it goes away sort of thing, unless the Soviet Union decides to join or declare war on Germany. So they have one subject state in the Finnish Republic. They've sent volunteers to China, and they are in a faction with Finland, Mongolia, and Tanatuva. So they really haven't joined too awful much, but I think it's only a matter of time before the big red menace starts coming to their eastern borders. If that draws attention from this western side, the one little hole that the Allies have, then they may be able to make some headway. Either way, we are ready for anything that might come to Central and South America. At least that is the goal and the hope. So how are things going? Almost done with technology sharing, just less than 2 weeks away from our next research slot. And it's a big question on what do we focus our... Oh, there go the Netherlands. It is dark time, so does that mean that Germany finally... No, Germany has not really pushed in. There's still like 1 or 2 little provinces. It's really tough to see. But this is the only landmass that the Allies still hold, and it is a floodplain. Everyone just packing in as much as they can. Oh, it looks like they've pushed a little bit. I mean, these divisions are losing organization fairly quickly. These little pawn troops probably don't have the best of weapons. But Germany's shifting around, attacking from multiple sides. And I imagine the air support from the Luftwaffe is pretty strong in this area. It's a rough and tumble battle. Yeah, so they're attacking from multiple angles, and the Allies have enemy air superiority against them. They have 12 reserves, and depending on if they have any signal companies, they might not even be able to reinforce these divisions quickly if they all fold. Yeah, it's a slugfest. A lot of losses on both sides right here in Antwerpen. What kind of thing is this? Anywho, there is our extra technology slot. All right, so we do have a focus that we can do. We can't do special forces. We're not doing nuclear weapons. We're not doing rockets. It wouldn't make any sense. We don't have space for rocket sites anyway. The mechanization effort, we can start armor and then go down to special forces. I mean, might as well keep on keeping on. And our next research slot. So we are in May. We're halfway to 42. And 150 days from support weapons or anti-tank. Now, I don't think we're going up against any armor. So if we wanted to spend some time on those support weapons, we could do that. Support companies as well, so that's 162 days from the field hospital and the engineer company as well. So do I want good manpower preservation? Do I want better entrenchment? Or do I want just better defense and breakthrough? Let's do some support weapons. So we're 2 months away from our concentrated industry, a little bit closer to 42. Are the Allies pushing up here? Hey! So in Norway, we might be making a push. Oh, no, that's Germany trying to push the Allied side. Yeah, that is crazy. How much manpower has Germany lost so far? 2 million deaths. And even France had 2 million deaths. Death tolls are pretty similar on both sides. I mean, that is crazy to see. Belgium's still holding on, though, by the ever so small push that the Allies keep flooding in here. This organization is almost broken here. If you guys can push on the west side, force them back to Dunkirk, that's never worked out poorly before. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Okay, I'm just waiting for El Salvador to join. But it doesn't look like there's really... Oh, there goes Belgium. These are dark times. Yeah, so it looks like maybe the Allied foothold will get overrun. And that is a lot of overruns if these guys are caught out. And then they're going to have to try to find a stranglehold somewhere else. Maybe invade in the Pyrenees? Start working their way north? Because this push across the North Sea is not... and the English Channel is not doing well. I mean, they are defending a bit. Oh, yeah, it's only a matter of time before they lose that one little county that they have right here, the Netherlands. And I think they lost this port, so they may not even have a port to reinforce their reinforcements from, their supply. It's going to be a really bad time for these guys. Hey, Soviet Union, you feel like doing anything? All right, June 1941. And we'll see if the Communist States of America decides to join something. If Japan is going to do a Pearl Harbor sort of situation to lure in the Communist States of America. Yeah, they're part of the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. A part of World War II, but not directly with the Axis themselves. They're in the war, but, you know, can be pieced out separately. If someone can jump on Manchukuo and Japan proper, then that faction will leave the war. So Dutch East Indies and Yugoslavia actually still holding on strong just a bit. What does Yugoslavia look like? So Yugoslavia might actually be dug in. I'm seeing a lot of disorganized German troops along this northern side. A lot less organized than the Yugoslavian troops, which are helmed by the Nation Francais. Yugoslavia and a bit of the United Kingdom has sent their pawns over to try to hold this line, it seems. Yeah, it looks like Italy is pretty well safe unless they want to try to do a naval invasion in Sicily. Not sure if that would be ideal. Northwest Germany, huh? Oh, so they're trying to land in Western France. Is that their game? Now, I'm not sure who is defending here in Brittany. Okay, so there is one, but we don't know exactly how strong that unit is. I mean, the UK does have 18 divisions ready to go of a pretty solid template. So 21 divisions are going to try to land in Le Havre. 24 divisions are going to try to land in Brittany. If they can coordinate and pull some off of this front, I mean, come on, guys. You're telling me you don't have enough manpower to push back 3 divisions. Oh, man, apparently not. I mean, they were thinking what I'm thinking, but Brussels is pretty well entrenched, I believe. So they'll keep flooding, and, you know, that can't be good for supply. They have to be taking a ton of attrition. Well, 2% there, and then, yeah, this entire group, 23, 21, yeah. They're taking a lot of attrition. Everyone is trying to eat the same food. And it's not working out well. You would think they would just be able to go whomp and straight through with all of the manpower that they do have. They just need to break them a little bit. And it could be that our vision with encryption, decryption isn't high enough to see all of the defending armies. So we might not have a true picture on what's going on here. But what I do see is a lot of British troops along the way not really committing. Yeah, it looks like the UK is only sending some basic pawns. The rest of them are sending some decent infantry. I mean, even Canada has sent some militia over. Norway has sent some cav. And maybe that cav would be better suited to defend Norway. I mean, there are some artillery on top of the hill. Rain fire down, boys. I mean, that's not all bad. All right, one more month has passed. It'll be interesting to see these naval invasions. I don't know if they have naval superiority in the English Channel or this area over Mia, the Bay of Biscay. Interesting indeed. Hey, El Salvador. All right, still haven't joined anything. Okay, so why are we losing manpower? Is it because some of our planes are crashing? Or no, we're actually filling up the aircraft need that we do have. We only need 3 close air support. Nice. Looking at our production line. Yeah, we're good on fighters. We actually have 45 extra fighters in there. Let me scoot the close air support up to get that aluminum going to them. And they should be able to reinforce and upgrade fairly quickly. So we'll have a full 100 aircraft at our airport. And then it's a question, I mean, we almost have a full group of 50 fighter 2s. Do we add another 50 fighters to this group? I mean, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, give us some fighters. And then once all those guys deploy, so we'll be pulling a lot out of the workshop. Yeah, we've got 97 basic fighters now. That did lower our manpower by a good bit. And there is concentrated industry done. Production efficiency cap, yes. Keep production efficiency moving forward. And we're 14 days away from mechanized equipment bonus. So once we do have a full regiment of 150 aircraft, we'll do some day exercises, get them trained up as best we can, and then we'll just have them do air superiority missions to sort of keep Central America zone okay. That would be the best thing. All right, so we might be breaking even on fuel. We'll be out of fuel in greater than 5 years. So we consume 140 per day, or we consume 86 per day, and we gain 48. So we only lose 40 fuel of our 57,000 reserves. So our fuel should be enough to keep us afloat. That is the idea. Hey, all of our civilian factories are done. So do we? We have space for 5 anti-air. How about, can we boost infrastructure? No, infrastructure is as good as it gets. So we've only got 2 coastal forts. Let's do a coastal fort there to go 2, 2, and 2. And we'll go 1 more set of land forts as well. Start building those up. So September we'll have a coastal fort. Northwest Germany, the Sundra Islands. Have they made landfall? Oh, nice. So the Allies have made landfall. They're making the push to Brittany. Pushing those guys back, and they do have a few ports under their belt. So they can start getting reinforced and making that big push, and that is split, or should have split Germany's forces up a bit. So there is our motorized, ahead of penalty, gone. Armor effort. We'll get a bonus to that. Oh, it's kicking off now. Alright, so Germany has called in Siam as our enemy. The German Reich has called in Slovakia. German Reich has called Japan as our enemy. And Italy. And the Soviet Union has now declared war on Germany. And there is the Big Red. Big Red is now. So we've got a couple different wars going on now, but the Japan is called in Manchukuo. Everyone is calling in their allies. So now the Soviet Union is officially a member of the German-French War. And I believe the wars are now, or I believe they were consolidated a bit. We'll have to take a look at that in a little bit. All right, so 123 days for heart attack and piercing, or do we start getting... Ooh, the research penalty is gone for the field hospital. We'll take that in 92 days, thank you very much. All right, so this is the quick turn for Germany. So 45 Allied divisions pushing into Brittany, taking all of the victory points. Yeah, that is a well-concerted push. And once they get this west side secure and move up on this line, then they can really start the push into France. Yeah, that one German division holding up, getting attacked from all sides. Yeah, and at Cherbourg, the Allies are flooding in. No need to plan any craziness now, boys. Just get in there and do the work. All right, so the 1st of August, Allies making positive gains in the West, as well as the Soviet Union making gains in the East. Yeah, so it makes me wonder, is that going to shift Italy's focus at all? But this will be the big push from the Allies. Everyone has to get online. Perhaps they should have waited, but, I mean, they're punching through weak holes right now. We've got a massive river crossing, though. They need to break that river and push out. And now the wars have been consolidated. So the German-French War 2, you know, this will be interesting to see when Germany starts getting taken. Yugoslavia is still holding strong, and there is the Comintern on the side of the Allies. Not officially allies. But it'll be interesting to see if the Communist States of America decides to join. Yeah, big river crossing there, it looks like. They're going to have their work cut out for them as far as that is concerned. But one thing about it, they do have enough ports, I believe, to keep their supply lines flowing. And it's going to be a hard sell to cross that river, but once they do, they'll sort of break the seal and charge in. And it looks like these allies are just holding this port. That's like their goal. Okay? I mean, I don't know if I would commit them to come on the west side and help push from the west side in. But if Germany is not making the push, I guess that's okay, but we're still seeing a lot of attrition here. How are the Soviets doing? So Soviets really pushing up to the rivers. How many losses have the Soviets had thus far? So 213,000. And I imagine this is going to cause the German casualty rate to spike like crazy. And Japan is making a little bit of progress on the south side of China. Japan has Papua New Guinea. Australia's still holding strong, though. Hey, America, have you really... Nope, no faction. You're communists. Still 60% communists. It'll be interesting to see if there is a... I mean, there's not enough to have a coup. But if, like, a fascist demagogue started to spread and then they did a, you know, a coup to overthrow the government and they joined the Axis, oh, man, that would be huge. Yeah, that would be big indeed. All right, so how are our aircraft? Are we up to 150? Yes, we are. And we're actually starting to make excess fighters. So what I want to do, so you guys are trained up, ready to go. So you guys are doing pilot exercises. I want you to start doing close air support during the day and do normal operations. And then for you guys, I want you to do pilot exercises during the day, normal operations. So our close air support wing are doing close air support in Central America. And our fighter wing are doing pilot exercises, trying to get them up to regular experience. Now that we're not filling up any more aircraft, let those pilots learn and do all that good stuff. So Guatemala, 1/4 Democratic, no faction. Mexico, pretty much non-aligned, not really caring a bit with no faction. Nicaragua, no faction, not really caring what's going on. And El Salvador, still 100% fascist, but have not joined the Axis. Yeah, I don't know if if they will join the Axis or not. How are you guys doing? So it looks like Germany has responded and has pushed up to the river, and this is going to be a tall order trying to cross this river. It might not be a bad idea to try to get some troops over here and get a naval invasion planned for the other side of the river, maybe land in Bordeaux. That might not be a bad idea on behalf of them. It's just, I'm glad the Soviets are making the charge, splitting up Germany. They haven't pushed past the river, though. They might be sort of filling in up until then. They may have a really good reign in Königsberg. Maybe push up to Warsaw, because you can't forget Poland. How are things in Denmark? Still a member of the Allies and still holding. I mean, Germany's got 2 armor, 3 armor, 5 armor, and you guys aren't pushing up. So these guys must be really entrenched. Maybe even have some air support with that. No planes in this airfield. Interesting enough. So the UK is planning a naval invasion right here. Why? That doesn't seem that good. Come in behind them. Land at Kiel. I don't know. How's Norway? So it looks like we've got Germans sort of encircled here. So Norway is holding up a little bit in the mountains. I mean, that has got to be tough, attacking into the mountains that way. Okay, guys, I need you to cross that river now. Yeah, let their organization get bopped and then charge. Your organization is solid. There you go, break them. Break them, now charge. Oh, they were being tied up. All right, direct ground support has been researched. That helped us out a bit, and we're in September. So what can we do? So 100 days for a hard attack and piercing. That's pretty good. 115 days for our engineers. Let's do hard attack and piercing to help out our the infantry that we do have. Almost done with our armor effort as well. Hey guys, I need you to do the work. Yeah, they got some armor there. I don't know if they have anything armor piercing. I mean, they've got a little bit of support artillery, but mostly just sheer manpower. So yeah, trying to break armor would be a little difficult, but they seem to be making it work a bit. Yeah, as long as they don't lose this western foothold and you know, the UK can continue to flood in at Cherbourg and continue to reinforce the line, they should be making positive goals. Oh crap, the Soviet Union has made a move. They're past Kiev. Looks like they're folding up. Alrighty. So, yeah, I don't see Poland in this particular list. But it'll be interesting to start seeing some German Reich victory points taken. And then Slovakia might not be that bad to take over. Italy will be a strong push from the north. The UK actually set up in Ancona. So they're next to Rome. The Allies are trying to take Rome, which would be a huge victory point. Oh man, hey Italy, you got caught with your pants down. Allies are invading the boot. You got a snake in your boot, and it's called Churchill. Yeah, keep on pushing to Rome, boys. That's going to be a huge victory point taken from Italy. And there really isn't that many people to defend. What does Italy look like? Oh man, Italy is almost halfway done. Yeah, fall of Rome, not the Rome, but yeah, I guess it's the Rome, unless you talk about Rome, New York. But yeah, the fall of Rome, a significant improvement. Italy is getting pushed back on 2 sides, only 2 divisions here to protect the south. And their new capital is Palermo. Yeah, if they can get up to Florence, Bologna, up to Venice, maybe push over to Genoa. there might not be an Italy left. So while Italy was really focused on trying to take Yugoslavia, they seem to have forgotten about their mainland. All right, armor effort is done. We might as well do special forces just in case we want to try to do something of that nature. And nearly 100% war support. 98%, because it looks like we're making positive gains. So everyone wants to be on the winning team, right? And it does look like we're making, oh man, concerted efforts here in Sardinia. Really pushing them back. And that is the Nation Francais. Francias? France. Yeah, ye old France. Making the push. Nothing really doing here in mainland France, though. But they do have them surrounded in Le Havre. They do have a port, though. But one good push deserves another. They can take Le Havre. And if they can join up with this contingent here in, well, Denmark, Yugoslavia contested zone, almost to Dunkirk, they would have the northern side. But yeah, can't stop the red. Oh man, Red Menace is flying. They're almost to Königsberg. How far are they from? So there's Warsaw and Prague. They have a little bit to go before they get to Germany proper. But the biggest turn of events for sure is the Allied invasion of Italy. Really pushing in on the toe. And they've got armor. Moving through quick. Yeah, the one division tasked with stopping the armor dead in its tracks. Don't know how that's going to work for you guys. So Mechanized 2's a little bit ahead of time. Support group, we can get some better dig-in bonus, as right now we're pretty well dug in. So we'll just do as much we can to benefit the troops that we have. Yeah, making that concerted push north. It looks like Italy has shifted some of its focus back to mainland, as it rightfully should have when Rome fell. They do have an airbase here with 1,600 plane capacity. Moving some aircraft here for some air superiority wouldn't be a bad idea. Just saying. Are the Allies? Yeah, it would stand to reason that the Allies would be making gains. And what's up with the British Raj? Is that a female? Oh no, that's a dude with a turban. Gotcha. I thought that was blonde hair. Yeah. So if Italy is splitting their forces up between mainland Italy and Yugoslavia, we might see some more positive pushing there. Still haven't crossed the river, though. But oh man, they're making gains, taking airfields. They almost took this airfield, defending well, and they've got a lot of broken German troops now. Really disorganized troops here. If they can wagon wheel around and try to catch them with their pants down, tie them up on the main line at the river. And they still haven't taken Le Havre. I mean, they're doing it the right way, trying to not attack across the river, but these guys don't seem to be too enthusiastic to help. Unfortunately, they're really organized, they're really strong. They may be waiting for more, but I'm seeing a lot of people just sitting on their hands. I can see why these two aren't moving, but these, I'm a little disappointed in you guys. I need to talk to your chain of command, because you're letting, you know, British troops just throw themselves at a well-defended German troops. Yeah. Positive gains in mainland Italy, though. See, this is what you should do. Focus on multiple side attacks. Get yourself up in Tuscany. And really disorganize Italian troops on the right side. There's our new field hospitals. Looking awesome. So we've got a bonus to armor. We can learn what a tank is. Looking at artillery. Only 132 days ahead of time. We'll see if we can research some better artillery. Get those reinforced. Just basically have the best army that never fought in World War II. Is what we're trying to do. Yeah, big push. Really disorganized Italian front. Push while you can, Cav. Get to La Spezia. Take their ports away. Yeah, this is pretty big stuff. What's Italy looking like now? 1/4 of the way to capitulation. I mean, they are a major player. There's assembly line, so 10% more production efficiency throughput. I think now we might be able to focus on radar stations, maybe? If there's nothing else we can do, yeah. Ooh. Now we get a reduction in 2-year penalty on the close air supports. Yes, please. So we know not only what an airplane is, but we're getting pretty good at them. Yeah, we're definitely going to make use of that. And next month is December 1941, a day which will live in infamy. We will see if Japan brings in the communist states of America into this conflict and flip this thing on its head. But I mean, good push from the Soviets. And yeah, Italy is the ones that broke this episode. Yeah, Sardinia is going to be in the hands of the Allies real quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's another port, less supply for them. Yeah, it's not good on that behalf. Hey, there's some good thinking. So we've got 12 divisions trying to land in Bordeaux. I mean, that they might need to get some naval superiority in, but I like that approach to get in behind this river and catch these guys unaware, especially with their organization broke. These guys are about ready to fold like a sheet of tissue paper. Charge, boys. Charge. Show them no quarter. Yeah, I have a feeling now that they're going to wrap around, maybe get to La Rochelle, get them surrounded, and that would be the end of these divisions here. I mean, props to the Allies for hanging on to this one little piece of land. But it's these Allies doing the work. Hey, Le Havre's down to 4 German divisions, and organization is breaking. Yeah, Allies might be taking Le Havre shortly. Yeah, so, yeah, good push there on the... Oh, they're reinforcing just a bit. They need some more support, boys, but keep firing at Le Havre. Take that port. And this is big. Able to just drop them off in Dieppe? Deepy? Dip. And just, like, flood this line right where they need the help. Yeah, they're down to 1 division. No reinforcement support. They are going to get stacked the wiped right here. And Le Havre is seized, which means this entire northern line can now focus on the initial push. And it's a disorganized cluster, that is for sure, but they've got the Germans on their heels right now, pushing in, trying to take back Western France. Oh, the Soviet Union has made landfall in Stettin, right outside of Berlin. So by December, Soviets might be in Berlin. And they do have a port here. So they don't even really need to do a naval invasion. They can just march where they want. Yeah, the German occupation of Finland, or I mean Denmark, is looking pretty weak. And this doesn't look too good if I'm honest here, folks. The German Reich owns most of Norway. So it kind of looks like they're focusing on Norway instead of their mainland invasion here. Because what you have now is a bunch of disorganized German divisions getting pushed back very quickly. As soon as they stop moving, they're immediately attacked and spearheaded by a few British that are organized. Here's a, I feel like John Madden, here's a guy who's organized. We'll see how long that lasts, though, being attacked from 2 sides. But they're finally across the river, and that's half the battle. Just getting across that river with armor. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. Have they made Bordeaux yet? Nope. These guys might reach Bordeaux before this naval invasion plan comes to fruition. And that would make naval invasion pretty easy, if you ask me. Yeah, really hard push there. Come on, boys. Oh, they got him surrounded now with armor. Flood the holes. Come on, we need some reinforcements. Provide support. These guys aren't in no position for a counterattack. You just need to get there. Yeah, everyone is getting pushed back into this little area here. This should be a couple stack the wipes. All right, so we are almost to December. We'll go to December 7th, where Pearl Harbor should have kicked off. And we'll take a look at what is going on. So did the Soviet Union... Yes, Soviet Union lost Stettin. They had Berlin in their grasp, and they did not flood it quick enough. So Germany did take that back. So they're just going to get to Berlin the hard way, walking west towards the far lands. But solid pushing here. How does Italy look, by the by? So yeah, fighting in Sicily, hard fought battles here. And quite honestly, more than 3 divisions need to be here to ensure that this goes well. These pawns of basic infantry are not really going to do a whole lot for you guys. Just saying. I mean, I get it that they're... Wow. So they really only have pawns here to clean up the rest of Italy. So they may have shifted their focus here on the push into France. But I don't think Italy is going to fold just yet. This seems like a half-hearted attempt, but they do have Bologna. So looking, yeah, I mean, Italy is 77% toward capitulation. The only member of the Greater Eastern Asian Happy Fun Ball is Japan. So, yeah, once Italy folds, all focus will be on Germany. Getting pushed in by the Soviet Union, who has lost 1.5 million people already, would knock that in the bud, and then everyone can focus on Japan. And we still have a good group of folks, British Malaysia, British Raj, Australia, with good launch points for Japan. Don't know if we will be joining at that time, but everything is coming up Millhouse for us so far. El Salvador knows to stay out of it, which is great for us, but that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I don't think next episode World War II will be wrapped up, but we may see Germany really on its heels, so hope you'll tune in then. Take care.